Thank you all for listening and watching my videos. Please subscribe and like my channel Master Coolitz. Hoping that you will not skip my ads. It's a big help for me by not skipping it. Thank you so much. Dragon Shadow. The Rise.
When Zane Martel stepped into this area, he immediately noticed far worse than the tales.
According to the map, we're in the Yellow Sea area in Glimmer continent. The Ebb and Wave Pavilion isn't too far, probably just a few miles ahead.
Just then, a middle-aged man with a rough appearance stopped and stared at them with a peculiar expression. His clothes were patched and worn, but his eyes held a sharp, calculating gleam that spoke of experience and cunning.
You three aren't locals, are you? Judging by your outfits and behavior, it's clear you're not from Glimmer continent.
Zane nodded, startled by the man's sudden question. The man's presence was imposing, and it was clear he was no stranger to the harsh realities of this place.
You're right. Could you tell us if the Ebb and Wave Pavilion is ahead?
Looking for the Ebb and Wave Pavilion, huh? Let me give you some advice. Trust no one here, or you'll pay for your ignorance. Something happened at the Ebb and Wave Pavilion half a month ago. They've moved to a more secluded place. Your map isn't updated.
Wait, do you know where they moved? Can you lead us there?
Zane's heart tightened with anxiety. Could it be that his father, Ezekiel Martel, was secretly transferred? The thought of losing this crucial lead filled him with dread. The man hesitated, eyeing the small bag of crystals Zane produced. Greed flashed in his eyes as he quickly snatched the bag. The weight of the crystals in his hand seemed to tip the scales of his decision.
Well, since you're sincere, I'll help. Come with me. I have friends who know where the Ebb and Wave Pavilion moved. Follow me.
They followed him, not toward the grand palaces, but through desolate streets, making several twists and turns. The atmosphere grew more oppressive with each step. The bustling cityscape was left behind, replaced by narrow, winding alleys filled with shadows and whispers. The buildings became increasingly decrepit, with crumbling facades and broken windows, giving the area an abandoned, haunted feel. As they ventured deeper, the streets became a labyrinth of misery. They passed by filthy children playing in the dirt, their faces gaunt and eyes hollow. Beggars lined the walls, their outstretched hands and pleading eyes telling tales of despair. The occasional flicker of torchlight revealed the squalor and hopelessness that pervaded the area. Soon they were lost, with no idea where they were heading. Strangely, people avoided them as they passed by, fear evident in their eyes. It was as if the very presence of the middle-aged man acted as a repellent, causing the locals to shrink away in dread. Zane could feel the weight of countless eyes watching them from the shadows, adding to the sense of unease.
We're here.
Here?
They stood before an ordinary clay house surrounded by similar dilapidated structures. The area was desolate, with not even a blade of grass in sight. The buildings looked like they would collapse with the slightest breeze. Zane couldn't believe the Ebonwave Pavilion would hide in such a place. It seemed impossible that anything of significance could be concealed in this forsaken corner of the Glimmer continent.
No, we haven't reached the Ebonwave Pavilion, but I've reached my destination.
Zane realized too late. They had been tricked. Over 20 burly men, armed with knives, emerged from the clay houses surrounding them. Their auras were menacing, ranging from the 7th to the 9th stages of the advanced level. Each man exuded a palpable threat, their eyes glinting with malice and greed. The trap was perfect, and Zane and his companions were caught right in the center.
Boss, I brought 3 fools to you, and they're loaded.
Good job. Here's your reward.
Thank you, boss.
The bald man stepped forward, his gaze fixed on Elora's breathtaking beauty. His eyes roved over her, a lecherous grin spreading across his face.
If you don't want to die, hand over all your money and valuables. As for you, beautiful lady, you're staying with us.
The men laughed, their eyes filled with lust as they ogled Elora. The situation was dire, and Zane could feel his anger boiling over. These men had no respect for anything or anyone, and their vile intentions were clear.
You shouldn't have wasted my time, let alone flirt with my woman.
What did you say? Don't you see the situation? How dare you talk to us like that?
One of the men sneered, suggesting they have fun with Elora while Zane watched.
Boss, let's have fun with her while he watches.
That's a great idea.
The men laughed heartily, not taking Zane seriously. Their confidence was born from strength and numbers, but they had gravely underestimated their opponent. Zane, infuriated, flicked his finger. A sword energy in azure color appeared like lightning, piercing through the throat of the man who made the suggestion. Blood gushed out as he fell, dead in an instant. Dead silence enveloped the area. The men were stunned. The man was alive just a moment ago, and now he was dead. Anger surged as someone finally shouted. What would Zane do next? How would he and his companions escape this perilous situation? The sun dipped low, casting long shadows across the rugged landscape. An eerie silence blanketed the air, broken only by the distant rustle of leaves and the occasional caw of a crow. Zane Martel stood tall, his presence an imposing silhouette against the twilight. His eyes glinted with a cold fury that seemed to chill the very air around him. The wind whispered through the trees, carrying the faint scent of blood from previous battles. It was a reminder of the violence that had already transpired and the blood that was yet to be spilled. Beside him, Elora and Gabriel Stone, their expressions mirroring his determination, readied themselves for the confrontation. Elora's hands twitched, eager to draw her weapon, while Gabriel's eyes scanned the terrain, calculating every possible move. The tension in the air was palpable, an electric charge that prickled the skin. A group of over 20 bandits, their eyes gleaming with malicious intent, advanced with a menacing swagger. Their vital energy, ranging from the 7th to 9th stages of the advanced level, rolled like a suffocating wave of pressure. The ground seemed to tremble under their collective power, a dark wave ready to crash upon their enemies.
How dare you kill our man? Let's kill them and spare no lives.
Kill them!
With a unified roar, the bandits charged forward, knives flashing with deadly intent. The air was thick with the promise of violence. The bandits' vital energies combined, creating a palpable pressure that seemed to choke the very air around them. Their faces were twisted with rage and bloodlust, their intentions clear as their weapons glinted in the fading light.
You want to fight? Come on!
Elora's voice rang out, but Zane's hand shot out to stop her.
Elora, Gabriel, let me handle them. You don't have to interfere.
The bandits had crossed a line. Not only had they wasted Zane's time, but they had also dared to flirt with Elora right in front of him. These actions were beyond tolerable to Zane. His eyes narrowed, and a suffocating killing intent erupted from him, spreading in all directions. The air grew cold, and the bandits hesitated, their expressions shifting from confidence to fear as they felt the weight of his fury. Zane drew his sky sword, its blade gleaming ominously. With a swift, fluid motion, he unleashed a dazzling wave of sword energy. The bandits barely had time to react before the deadly energy cut through them like a hot knife through butter. Bodies crumpled to the ground, blood pooling around them. The stench of death filled the air, mingling with the earthy scent of the forest floor. In the blink of an eye, Zane was a blur, his wind serpent step propelling him with ghostly speed. One by one, the bandits fell, their lives snuffed out in an instant. Within mere seconds, 10 men lay dead at his feet. Panic spread through the remaining bandits like wildfire. Their eyes widened in horror as they realized the true extent of the power they had provoked.
Who the hell are you?
Someone who's about to kill you.
The bandit leader's voice trembled, but he rallied his men with a desperate roar. His confidence wavered, but desperation fueled his command. The remaining bandits gathered their energies, readying themselves for what they knew would be a futile stand against the unstoppable force that was Zane Martel.
Stop him! Stop him together! We can't let him get close.
The bandits gathered, their vital energies intertwining to form a massive sword radiance. It descended from the sky with terrifying force, their faces twisted with exertion and fear, beads of sweat glistening in the dim light. The air crackled with the sheer power of their combined energy, creating an almost tangible barrier between them and their impending doom. They hoped against hope that their united strength would be enough to halt the relentless force advancing upon them. The sword radiance, now a blinding beam of light, sliced through the sky, aiming directly at Zane.
Humph, do you think you can stop me with that?
Zane's eyes blazed with murderous intent. With a guttural roar, he invoked the Sky Demon 99 transformations, Dark Wolf transformation. His muscles bulged, his size nearly doubling. The transformation was swift and terrifying, his body morphing into a monstrous form. His aura intensified, exuding a primal, predatory force that sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to face him. In a flash, he disappeared, reappearing behind the bandits. The speed of his movement was ghostly, an almost invisible blur to the human eye.
Thunderbolt Fist.
A colossal golden firelight struck out like a mountain, crushing the bandits and the ground beneath them. The earth trembled, a deep pit forming where the bandits once stood. The sheer impact of the Thunderbolt Fist obliterated everything in its path, leaving a smoldering crater as the only testament to Zane's overwhelming power. The gruesome scene left even Gabriel Stone momentarily speechless. Blood spattered the ground, and the air was filled with the metallic scent of death. The once formidable bandits lay in ruins, their bodies broken and lifeless.
It seems like Zane has improved a lot recently. Just how terrifying can his talent reach?
Among the chaos, a bald bandit pleaded for his life, his voice quaking with fear. His eyes darted around, searching for an escape that didn't exist. The terror in his voice echoed through the desolate battlefield.
No, don't kill me. I know nothing. It's him. He was the one who brought you here. I have nothing to do with this.
Zane's gaze bore into the trembling man, his expression unyielding. The cold fury in his eyes made it clear that mercy was not an option. The bald bandit's breath came in ragged gasps as he realized the futility of his pleas.
Speak. Where is the Ebon Wave Pavilion hiding now?
The Ebon Wave Pavilion. They moved away secretly yesterday, and...
Before he could finish, Zane's sword pierced his skull, silencing him forever. The swift and brutal end was a testament to Zane's unwavering resolve.
Humph, how dare you try to fool me when you're about to die?
Zane turned to the middle-aged man who cowered in terror. The man's legs shook, and he could barely hold himself upright as Zane's piercing gaze locked onto him.
No, don't kill me. Just ask me all the questions you have. I'll answer everything.
Tell me everything you know about the Ebon Wave Pavilion's movements.
The Ebon Wave Pavilion left yesterday. They imprisoned 3 middle-aged men and are heading north.
A chill ran down Zane's spine. 3 middle-aged men? Could one of them be his father, Ezekiel Martel?
How far is this place from the northern 3 states? Where will we pass by? How long will it take?
This place leads to Terran City. You'll pass by a reservoir. It'll take 10 days. There are demonic beasts in the reservoir. You'll need a boat to cross safely.
A reservoir? 10 days? If they hurried, they might reach in time. Zane's heart pounded with determination.
All right, Elora, Gabriel, let's move north.
With no objections, the 3 set off, leaving the carnage behind. As they flew through the air, their speed created a sonic boom, echoing across the landscape. The Ebonwave Pavilion's days were numbered, but could they reach Ezekiel Martel in time? The Wanshui River stretched out before them as a formidable obstacle. As they approached, a sense of impending danger loomed. What awaited them on the other side? Would they find Ezekiel and the others before it was too late? The journey ahead was fraught with peril, but Zane's resolve was unwavering. The true test of his strength and determination lay just beyond the horizon. What secrets did the Ebonwave Pavilion hold, and what dangers lurked in the shadows? The answers would come, but at what cost?